Hello, it's Diane. I am going to do a video on how I choose papers, pattern papers for the junk journals that I make. It's been quite a while since someone had left a comment on one of my videos and asked me to show how I do select my papers. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long to do this. So I have 3 journals that I'm looking to do. This one, this little green one, will be in my shop when it's done. And this one is a book for me. I need to make a new book on a new journal for recording the books that I read and putting quotes in and stuff. I did one 2 years ago, and I've been using it steadily for 2 years, and I need a new one for 2018. And this is a book that my aunt read to me when I was a little girl. And I found this at a flea market, so I thought this would be perfect. And then this one is for a custom order. Excuse my phone. And anyway, I needed to do, this is the next one I'm going to do, and I needed to have some more dyed papers for it, coffee dyed papers. So I look ahead and see what else I'm going to be working on, and I'll select papers for all 3 of these books and then do the dyeing all together. So I had already gone through, I have these 2 drawers of my pattern paper that's one-sided and kind of thin. And this is the paper I like to use for my junk journals because it is thin and it's white on one side so you can journal on it. And it coffee dyes very nicely. So I had gone through, some of these are loose papers and some are still in the pads they came in. Some are, the loose ones are just kind of leftover sheets. And so what I do is I look at the color of the cover, obviously, and this one has a couple of colors. So I take those colors as what I will use in the book. I also think about the style and not so much the theme, sometimes the theme, but mostly the style and the period, I guess. So all 3 of these are going to be vintage. So I'm looking for something that looks vintage, so not too modern. So even if the color matched, if it had a modern pattern, I would not use it. So I'll just show you what I did select for this one, and then I will select the other 2 books while I'm filming. So these are small, excuse me, 8 by 8. So usually they're a little bit smaller than what I need, but for this size it's perfect. So I chose 2 different ones of these. It's kind of like a collage of old postcards and letters and things like that. So I'll use them. This is a page that I actually had previously coffee dyed, and I had used a portion of it. I'm not sure if it will go in the book, but it may be like a half page or something. We'll see. Then I chose this green. Want to have a little bit more color than just green in it, so I chose this with the pink flowers on it. I'm not sure if I'll use this one. This one might be a little bit too modern, but I like the ledger portion of it, so I might use that. Here's another floral with some tan and beige, a little bit of yellow. And that's all I got so far for that. But I got these 2 new pads at Hobby Lobby not too long ago, and I've had them tucked away, not using them, but I decided I'll get them out and start using them. This one is My Mind's Eye. Hobby Lobby has their paper pads 50% off sometimes, and so I knew I was kind of running low on some of the patterned paper, so I picked this one up. It's like the best of My Mind's Eye, 180 sheets. And then they had this one, what's it called? Vintage Basics. And it's Recollections. Oh, this wasn't Hobby Lobby. So this was Michael's when they had theirs 50% off. So I think I got them both. I'm not sure, but I know this one came from Michael's. This one isn't even open yet. I should have done that. Because I think that's the one I'm going to look at first. I hate these things. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I thought I had opened it, because I usually, when I buy them, I open them and look at them. But, okay, so I still probably need a couple for that little green book, so let's see what I can find. So I'll just take my pads and flip through. This would be all right, because it's white for writing on, but it's got green around the edges, so that's a possibility, and I would copy dye it. And I keep in mind that it's a small size journal too, so that might make a difference in the paper that I choose. This would be nice. I'm not sure about, because it's a small book and this corner might take up most of the page, so that might not work for that. I like this one. It's got a green, but it's not such a dark green, so it'll lighten up the colors of the book a little bit. That one would work. That's pretty. I like this one. Kind of looks like, oh, it's the same. It's the same. So it must be I like the feel of these, because it kind of looks like old-fashioned wallpaper. So I think I'll use that. And maybe one more. I probably won't use all of them, because I also will add copy paper. That would be a nice one. I think I'll use this one just to interject a little bit of color. I will add copy paper and probably music paper or book pages and ledger, things like that. So it doesn't really take a lot. And I'm only doing 2 signatures in this book. Okay, so I think we've got pages picked out for that one. Now, I'll probably pull for both of these as I go through. So these will both have 3 signatures. I'm going to try to keep the spines intact, and they're decent sized spines. So we'll do 3 signatures and probably 3 or 4 pattern pages in each signature. So this, I'm sorry, can't make up my mind. I had already started to select pages. I set these here so I can kind of keep an eye on them. And then I realized I needed to do this video, so I stopped choosing and just figured I would do the video. So these are what I chose so far, probably for this book, but I'm not sure. I'll just copy dye them and then see what I want to do once I start creating the books. So most of these, this is the My Mind's Eye, most of these were a little bit too modern. So I had already gotten to this point and only chose those 3 papers. There's some cards in there I might go back and take. Some of these I've had in other paper pads, but like I said, this is the best of. I like this color, but the polka dots are a little bit too modern, I think. I think I'll find most of what I want in the Recollections pad. This would work. I'll take that out. I can copy dye it, and if I don't use it for this, might as well do them both. If I don't use them for this book, I'll use them for another. That's neat. I like this. I had a nice paper pad of My Mind's Eye with this. I loved that whole collection. I made a smash book for myself out of it. Okay, I think that about does it for this pad. Not too many out of there, but they'll be fun for a different style of journal. So let's go back and look at this one again. I think I'll copy dye a couple of these, just if I don't use them in these, I'll use them for something else. I really like that. All right, what else can we find here? I'll try one of these. I'll try one of these. This one has the green cover, obviously, but there's a rusty reddish brown and a golden yellow. So I would like to incorporate some of those colors. And this is a rusty brown cover with a reddish rusty lettering on it. This kind of goes with the golden yellow. I like that because it complements that color. I like that one too. The colors in that floral wreath are great with that. I like this with the green cover. Ooh, I like that with the green cover. That one's nice. It's got some of the reddish brown colors in it. There's some ledger. That always works. I'll coffee dye that just to have it on hand for something. It has the golden tones in it. Ooh, that one's nice. That one's nice with the golden tones. Okay, I think I have more than enough, but I'm going to keep going because I might find something that works really nicely. And it doesn't hurt to have extra papers coffee dyed. That's nice with that. I chose one with green for this book, but this one is the golden. So I'll do them both, and maybe I'll just choose one of them. Maybe I'll use both. I like that with this book. Oh, look at that. Those cut aparts. That's nice. I'll dye that so that they'll all be ready to be cut apart and used. That one's nice too. I really like that frame page. Comes in all different colors. That one's nice. Wow, I'm going to be busy coffee dyeing. Okay, so I'm sure I have well more than I need here. And I probably have to coffee dye some regular copy paper too. So it's going to be quite a job here doing all this paper. So I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.